Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Words of Heart podcast. I'm your host, Dion Sanchez, and joining me in this particular episode is Chancellor K Jackson. Thank you for joining me today.
Hey, blessings and balance to you. Blessings and balance to everyone that's tuning in right now. Appreciate you for having me, man. It's been a minute since I done did one of these. For sure.
It's been a minute since I've recorded one. First off, when you messaged me about your topic that we're about to discuss, it just took me by surprise, and I'm just really excited to get into it. But before we share that awesome topic with my audience, can you share with us a little bit about yourself? Do you have a movie or anything pertaining to you?
Mm. So, like she said earlier, the name is Chancellor K Jackson, best-selling author of 14 Days in Beijing. I also have two romance novels out in addition to 14 Days in Beijing, which is all a part of one long trilogy, telling one long story, all in all. But completely different stories, completely different tones, but they all just coincide with one another. But the romance novels are You Love and You Learn and Real Love Never Dies. In addition to writing books, I'm also a coach, football coach. I coach at a high school here in Marietta, Georgia, Wheeler High School, for those that are familiar of Marietta, you know what I'm saying, in Cobb County, Wheeler High School, go Wildcats. I'm also a life coach working with at-risk teens that I'm partnered with this nonprofit called the UMA Foundation, Uplifting America's Youth. And we work with, you know what I'm saying, troubled teens, you know what I'm saying, in Cobb County that has been expelled from school. And their choices where you can get locked up or join this program, this rehabilitation program. So, you know what I'm saying? We work with the kids and we use 14 Days of Beijing as a part of our life lessons, life skill lessons. This provoke thought and reflection and how to better yourself based on what has taken place in the past, you know what I'm saying, versus you define yourself versus letting the situation define you, essentially. I also coach other aspiring authors as well. I've really been working with quite a number of people since I done started writing books. But I'm saying I got like 4 serious ones right now that I'm working with. So helping them with that. In addition to all of that, I'm also an educator. I teach elementary school. Um, what else I do? Entrepreneur. Got my own short rental business. I rent cars out on Turo, and I also have my own publishing company, Corlell Publications LLC, which I publish all my books through. So yeah, man, just a young bull out here running a couple marathons, trying to get established. I'm from Smyrna, Georgia. If you're familiar with the Cobb County area, that's me. Graduated from Campbell High School, played football vast majority of my life. Got an opportunity to play at the next level, Stetson University, go Hatters, where I obtained my bachelor's degree in communication and media studies. So what we're doing right now is honestly my cup of tea. After I graduated from college, I landed my first job in China teaching English to children. That's how I fell into teaching. Ended up getting locked up out there, did 14 days in the Chinese penitentiary, came back to America, really, you know what I'm saying, at square one all over again. And it was from that point on, it's like everything I just sat here and listed off to y'all that I do, I figured it out once I got back from China. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a journey. It's been a journey for sure. You know what I'm saying? But it's all a part of the marathon, like Nipsey said.
Absolutely. And I truly admire you sharing a bit about yourself. Please get into being locked up in China for 14 years. That is what brings us here. And of course, I can see your book in the background as well. So how did that happen?
Yeah. So I landed in China on October 10th, 2018. My contract was supposed to be a year long. So once I get out there, of course, once I got adjusted, it was smooth sailing. I was living my best life out there, and experiencing all that China had to offer. China was absolutely amazing. One of the experiences I've ever had. I highly encourage everybody to travel for sure. definitely travel outside the country. But if you can live outside the country for a little bit of time, it ain't got to be long. I was only in China for 6 months. I got a full experience. You know what I'm saying? I lived in China for only 6 months and got a full experience. So you don't have to live someplace else for a substantial amount of time. Give yourself a couple months. Give yourself a couple months.
Not to interrupt, but it started getting glitchy and frozen. So
what the last thing you heard?
You were supposed to be stationed there. You got in there in October 10th, 2018.
Yeah.
That was and then you were supposed to be there for a year, and then everything after that point got frozen.
All right, for sure. So yeah, I was supposed to be there for a year. China was one of the best experiences I have ever experienced in my 26 years of life. 26 years of life. Highly recommend everybody travel, of course, to different countries. But traveling, you can't really gain everything about this land that you're traveling to just from visiting for what, a week, maybe 2 weeks. No, you're not going to, it's not now. You got to really submerge yourself in that land. So if you can live abroad somewhere for a little bit, it don't have to be long. I only did 6 months in China. I got a full experience of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You just go somewhere for a little bit and just see how much you know what I'm saying, you grow for real, because life is different everywhere you are. So for example, I'm here in Atlanta. Only thing like it's froze.
Yes, it froze. It was going so good. Okay, I can see you now. You were
you good? I hear you now.
Yes.
Can you see me though?
Yes.
All right, there you go. All right, so look, so bet.
Submerging the culture. I got that. And then you were going more into detail.
All right. Yeah, so like just for an example, so here I am, I'm based in Atlanta. Where are you based at?
St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay, hey, St. Pete, hey, okay, for sure. I'm familiar with St. Pete for sure. But we're talking about two completely different states, Georgia and Florida, how drastically the differences are between you driving from Atlanta all the way down to St. Petersburg, the differences you will see within the demographics, the vibrations, and the frequency that you can feel within the land. Now we talking about neighboring states, Georgia, Florida. You feel me? And that's just that example. Let's go Atlanta to Savannah, Georgia, Atlanta to Albany, Georgia, Atlanta to Augusta. It's completely different worlds. So if we're talking about one state or two neighboring states, now let's compare a nation or just wherever city, small town you from, state you from, to someplace on the other side of the globe. And how we see how drastically different things can be within a couple hundred feet. So how would you think a couple miles gonna mean? Everywhere you go is going to be different.
Right. Internet.
So with that being said,
can you hear me? Why does this have to happen? Chance, can you hear me? You're frozen. Oh, my internet. Oh, why did that? Chance, are you there?
Yep. I'm right here. Yeah, right here.
Internet
so you
act up, but
now you good. You good. So like and then my point was
not landscapes, not demographics.
Yeah. So we just talking about just how things can be drastically different from one city to another city within the same state, one city to another city that's in two completely different states, but are next to each other. All right, now you compare the city you from or you've been resided in for X amount of years or whatever to this small sector of the globe that's hundreds of miles away. The differences are drastic. So with life being different everywhere you go, no matter where you go, who's to say the right and wrong way of living? When shit is different everywhere you go, culture, perspective, I'm talking about, it's different. So it's like you grow so much being immersed in other cultures and different demographics of the world and what you come from and what you're used to. You know what I'm saying? It's just enlightening all in all. So I encourage everybody to go live abroad somewhere just for a little bit. Like I said, you ain't gotta do it long now. You ain't gotta be that long, just a couple months. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple months. That's all you need for real. But yeah, China was absolutely amazing. I loved it. We'll do it all over again. So out there for 6 months, living my best life, working and teaching, exploring, the whole nine. April 4th, 2019, it's a day off for me. I'm finna get ready to head to an event with some friends. So before I go to the event, I'm like, shit, I'm pre-game first. So I'm sitting here drinking some Chinese liquor. I'm in my apartment drinking some Chinese liquor, and I fired up some cannabis in my smoking at my little pipe. I get done, I got cross-faded. I'm good, I'm ready to go. Getting dressed. Whoop. Miss me getting dressed, here knock at the door. Guests aren't unfamiliar, curious to see who it is. I look through the peephole. It's 3 officers from the Beijing police on the other side of the door. I said, oh, shit. What they doing here? What they doing here? I scramble, put everything up. Go back, open the door. They walk straight in. They like in a triangle. The officer in front, he's speaking to me. And of course, I don't know what he's saying. It's written on my face. So once he realizes I have no clue what's being communicated, he pulls out his phone. He speaks into his phone and then shows me it. So he's spoken to a translator app on his phone, and I'm reading the translation. Are you on drugs? Hell no, boy. What you talking about? You tripping? What? You tripping? Nah. Passport? You need some passport, huh? Yeah, let me see the passport. He's speaking to his phone again. Show me the phone. Are there any drugs in the house? Family, where are you getting this information from? You didn't even say hello. You didn't even say how you doing. No, you sitting. That's the first thing out your mouth. What? No, you tripping. I'm from Atlanta. City of finesse. You live by the finesse, you die by the finesse. Now, I'm sitting here lying my ass off because I'm guilty. You know what I'm saying? But I got to, you know what I'm saying? I got to try to finesse this shit. I ain't just finna, y'all caught me right now. So we going back and forth. Well, they enter the apartment fully now, and I'm just sitting here thinking, like, how am I going to get out of this situation? You know what I'm saying? I go grab my passport, bring in passport, visa, apartment contract, every piece of documentation they could need. I grabbed it all. Came back to the living room, slapped it on the table, like, bro, that's what you need to look at. I don't know what you talking about, some drugs, but this it right here. I'm legal. I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be over here. It was you need to look at. I don't know what type of time you on. So the officer that was questioning me about the drugs, he sit down, he going through my paperwork. Other officers, they just walking around the apartment casually, you know what I'm saying, scoping the place out. They ain't really like looking into nothing, but they definitely got wandering eyes for sure. You know what I'm saying? So time passes. They tell me to sit down at the dining room table. So I sit down. A few minutes after me sitting down, I hear footsteps coming down the hall. Mind you, they never closed the front door when they came in. So I hear footsteps coming down the hall, look back, like, who is that? It's another officer approaching the apartment. He got something in his hand. I ain't really thinking too much of it. I'm like, okay, how am I going to get out of this situation? How am I going to finesse this? Boy, how you going to get yourself out of this one? So the officer enters the apartment. He hands the item he has in his hands to the officer that I was speaking to originally. And that officer communicates to me that I need to pee into the cup. So it's a drug test right there on the spot. And right then and there, I was like, yeah, this shit over with. It's over with, but I just got done smoking, man, like literally 2-3 minutes prior to knocking on my man, it's over with. It's quiet. And I've been smoking the whole time I've been out here. Oh yeah, it's quiet. So do the drug test, fail the drug test, of course. So now, you know what I'm saying, he really questioned me about the drugs. The other officer, well, yeah, by this time it's about 8 officers in the apartment now. It's deep in the apartment now. And one officer in particular, he speaks English fluently. So he's interrogating me about the drugs and you know what I'm saying, if I had any more, who I get it from, just trying to see if I would be willing to give him any information whatsoever. But like I said earlier, I'm from Atlanta, city of finesse. You live by the finesse, you die by the finesse. So sitting here shooting shit with him, he asked me questions. First thing that come to my mind, now mind you, I'm panicking because I didn't expect none of this to be happening. So you know what I'm saying? I'm panicking. Goddamn, I'm still high as fuck. I'm out of my mind. I'm still geeked up. Like, so I'm just like, first thing they kind of first question he asked, first whatever is in my mind, I just blurt out. It got to the point within the interrogation, like I'm catching myself lying. I'm catching my lies. So I'm like, if I'm catching myself lying, I know for a fact he catch me lying. But hey, I'm from Atlanta. You live by the finesse. You die by the finesse. So we sitting there going back and forth, and then once he really like, it was just clear that I wasn't gonna give him nothing, no information to work with. He just pretty much made it clear, like, hey, bro, you caught red-handed. Like, you caught red-handed. He asked me specifically because I had hid I hid the cannabis when I realized who was at the door. So he asked me in the specific place. I hid it. He was like, "Are you sure it isn't in this or this?" I was just like, as soon as he said that, I was like, "Oh, it's over with." It's over with. It's over with. It's been over with. But hey, I was just trying to hang on to the finesse. So I got to die by the finesse now. It is what it is. I'll live to finesse another day. Now I just got to hold myself accountable because I'm caught red-handed. Now accountability has to set in. All right, so I'm all right for sure. Yeah, y'all, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He's all right, show me. I get up to go show him my stash, walk into my room, everything laid out on my bed. They been found it. They was just trying to see if they were gonna get any information out of me. I was like, nah, you won, but for sure. So confiscate everything, throw the cuffs on me. Asked me before they threw the cuffs on me, they asked me if I need to finish getting dressed. I'm like, well, I was finna get ready to leave prior to y'all knocking on my door. So unfortunately, I'm ready to go. So they threw the cuffs on me, walked me out to the apartment building, walked me to the police van, set me down. And I'm the only person in this van at this point in time. Just questions and reflections swirling through my head, trying to make sense of what the hell just happened. Like, what just happened? Man, what's finna happen next? I don't even know. Oh, man. It's not looking too good, but hey, we're going to find out. Oh, then this thing talking about end in 10 minutes.
I don't know. I know they upgraded Zoom recently, but it's the first time I've used it in a while.
Man, no, for real.
I don't know why.
We can run it back if it's shut off. We can just run it back. You know what I'm saying? I pick up right.
Yeah, I can combine the video if necessary.
For sure. All right. So yeah. So I'm sitting in the van. 2 officers jump in the van with me, and then we drive off. The other officers, I'm watching them walk. They're walking the opposite direction. They high-fiving each other like they just done won a championship like that. Yeah, we got them. I'm like, damn, buddy, folks done got me. So we get to the first precinct, which is like not even 5 minutes from the house, from the apartment. Get in there, and it's your typical scene you see in any you've seen in any TV show or movie where they bring a new arrest into the precinct and they set them down in the chairs. You got the officers on desk duty. It's literally that scene, but Chinese version. So just imagine that, but straight Chinese folks. You know what I'm saying? So they set me down in the corner of the room. So I could see the whole room. Anybody walking in, coming out, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting there. I'm still high as hell, reflecting, just like, man, I can't believe this shit is happening. I don't know what's gonna happen next. Nobody knows. I've just been arrested. These folks ain't explained nothing to me. Yeah. I know I'm gonna be straight though. When it's all said and done, once you know what I'm saying, I'm out of here. I know I'm gonna be good. How would that play out? What would that look like? I don't know, but I know I'm gonna be good though. Just hey, take note of every minor detail, because it's gonna be a great story to tell once you're out of this predicament. And most importantly, enjoy this high one last time, because we don't know what the hell finna happen. Enjoy this high one last time. So I'm sitting there about 30 minutes, 40 minutes. The officers come back to get me, and we get back in the van. I don't know where we're going. They ain't explain nothing in it, so I'm like, okay, I don't know where we're going now. I'm like, they probably take me home. So we riding. The apartment about 5 minutes from the precinct, the first precinct. So I'm like, okay, we've been on this road for a little minute now. I don't think we're going home. I don't think I'm going home. Next thing I know, we arrive at another precinct. It's a little bit bigger. Walk in. They process my information in the front desk, had me take me to the changing rooms, had me change clothes into a little gray uniform, then put me in a holding cell. I can't even. It's definitely over like 10 Chinese motherfuckers in this one cell I'm in. So, of course, I'm the only foreigner. All eyes on me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting there, steady reflecting. I'm still high as fuck. Still just reflecting though. Some time passes. They come by to get me. We go to the basement of the precinct, enter this room, and all I see is a chair that looks like an electric chair. Across from the electric chair looking chair, is a regular table and two regular chairs, and a camera sitting on a tripod capturing all the furniture. All right. I don't know what the hell we finna do in here. You know what I'm saying? So they walk me to the electric chair. They unlock. It's all metal. They unlock it, and then like they just looking at me as if they waiting on me to sit down. I'm looking at them crazy like, y'all really want me to sit my? I ain't saying. I'm like, y'all really want me to sit? I'm just looking like my face like, y'all really want me to sit my ass down in this chair? They give me a hell yeah type of look in return. So I sat my ass down. Sat my ass down. They locked me in. That shit locked my shins, thighs, waist, chest, and arms all in one place, right? Like this here. All the part of my body I can move in my head. Next night, and then two officers enter the room. One introduces himself. He speaks English fluently. His name is Officer Wang, and he will be conducting the interrogation. So, and then up until this point, I've had plenty of time to come up with a good story to finesse their ass with. So he asked me questions. I'm telling him my made up story. After the interrogation was over, they brought the transcription over to me to revise to make sure that everything was accurate. I couldn't read. This shit is all in Mandarin. I can't read nothing on this goddamn paper. They said, sign it. I signed that motherfucker. He said, thumbprint it. Thumbprinted it. All right. They released me from the chair, take me back upstairs, throw me back in the holding cell. A little bit of time passes. They come get me from the holding cell again. Okay, where we going now? Walk down the hall into this room that looked like a photography studio. So I'm like, okay, this must be like the official like intake room, like where they take your mug shot and all that other stuff. So walking over to a scanner, they scanned my entire handprint into the system. Took my mug shot. This process was like, it wasn't even long. It ain't take long. And then they took me back to the holding cell. And that's where I remained for the next couple of hours. And I'm just reflecting on everything that had been transpired up until this point. What could I have done better logically? All of that. And hours are passing. My high is finally coming down. So now I'm getting sleepy. I'm sitting in this motherfucker, this holding cell handcuffed. So trying to goddamn take a little cat nap handcuffed. Sitting down handcuffed ain't comfortable. Yet trying to lay down handcuffed, it's not comfortable. But shout out to that gas, because it was definitely had me fading in and out of consciousness. Every time I open my eyes, the sun fading more and more until it's just still darkness. I'm asleep. Hear the cell door opening. Of course, I'm waking up. They call me. I'm like, all right, bet. What's going on? I'd have been in this. I'm like, the sun gone. Ain't no telling how long I'd have been here. Man. I'm like, man, I done cooperated. I've been compliant. They better be getting ready to take me home now. So they take me to the front desk. They bring my basket clothes, tell me get dressed. I said, yes. Yes. Everything that worked out, you know what I'm saying? They were, hey, man, you be compliant, boy. Hey, buddy, hey, I get dressed. I'm standing there waiting. What's the next move? They had me follow them behind this door that's behind the front desk. So we enter the door, we in the hallway. At the end of the hallway, it's a small room, and it's filled with officers. So I'm following the CO to the room. We enter the room, and I can only assume or guess that this is like an official evidence room because there's evidence bags everywhere. There's no type of organization whatsoever. It's just shit everywhere. It's just clutter everywhere. In front of me is a table with, on the right side of the table, is 4 TV monitors where they watch the footage from the body cameras on the officers. To the left side of the table is everything that was confiscated from my apartment. So they sit there, they take the weed, and weigh it up right in front of me. one. Now this is an interesting phase of the book, and this interesting phase of the book, just because one, as a reader, you're curious. Okay, how much does he actually have? You know what I'm saying? How much does he actually have? You know what I'm saying? And then two, like, what's gonna be the punishment? You know what I'm saying? Based on how much he has. So I don't even know how much I have. And then it's like, when have you ever seen the police weigh whatever you just got? They just confiscated up in front of you. That's just, you know what I'm saying? I was like, this is weird. Like, this is the first. So they weighed up, right? I'm talking about they bust out the scale, everything, like they finna start rolling up. They bust out, you know what I'm saying? It was 1.4 grams.
I'm
One
gonna make the math in my head. I'm assuming that's a lot.
1.4 grams. So if those that partake in cannabis, 1.4 grams ain't shit.
Okay.
You can smoke a whole 1.4 in one blunt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't shit. For those that don't partake in cannabis, we're talking units of measurement. 1.4 grams of anything isn't a lot. So that lets you know, but I ain't have much on me. But you know what I'm saying? I'm in a communist country. Hey, it is what it is. So they put everything on paper, had me sign it, thumbprint it. I can't read it again, but hey, you say jump, I say ha. Sign, thumbprint it. All right. Now we get back in the van.
Jackson, I'm gonna stop it
right here for sure. All right, so we get back in the van. Nothing is out now. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I've been in custody all day. Well, first thing, we get back in the van. They turn the crank car up. So I look at the radio. It's like 1 something in the morning. Now, them folks that came, them folks probably came to apartment probably around like 11. I was definitely probably arrested around like 12. So it's like, but I'd have been, you know what I'm saying? I'd have been in custody for over 10 hours. You know what I'm saying? But I've been completely compliant. I haven't, you know what I'm saying? I haven't booked. I haven't been rude. It's been nothing but peace and prosperity. It's been a smooth process. So I'm like, there's no way they're not taking me home at this point. So we riding. I'm paying attention to the signs. I've been out there long enough. Like man, I'm like, but I feel like we're not going local. I'm like, not getting anywhere close to where I stay. Like, I don't recognize anything. We riding, about 40 minutes pass, and we arrive at this facility with tall walls and barbed wire. And I'm like, damn. We just getting started. Oh, okay. Well, here we go. We enter the facility. They take me straight to the nurse's office to conduct a quick physical. After that, take me to change and put me in my official uniform. Had me put the rest of my stuff up in the storage unit. And then they take me upstairs to the second floor where the men are housed. We get to cell 209. And mind you, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning at this point. CO starts to unlock the door. He unlocks it. I look in, and immediately my psyche is thrown for a loop at just what I see. I see 2 people. Instantly, I see 2 inmates standing up against the wall, wide awake, watching the rest of the inmates sleep. Now, the rest of the inmates, so they standing up right here. It's a little walkway, about this much, and then that's where the bed start. So the bed's right here, and I'm looking at the folks sleep. It looked like a slumber party. That's how I describe it in the book. I'm like, what the hell is going on in here? One, why these people watching y'all? Why these people watching them folks sleep? And of course, with these being the only people up, we make eye contact. So they looking at me crazy because the last thing they expected was to see a nigga come walking through this door. The last thing I expect to see is 2 motherfuckers watching people sleep. So it's just like, we just got this awkward moment of silence, like trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So I walk into that take a step into the cell. I'm looking at the people sleep. It, like I said, looked like a slumber party. So I'm like, it literally looks like a slumber party. Like, it looks crazy. So I count. All right, it's 15 of us in this cell, including me. All right. Let me count the beds, which are number wooden planks. 1, 2. It's 9 beds. Okay, that makes sense why it looked like a slumber party. Like when we was kids back in the day, when we had like sleepovers and stuff with our friends or family, and it's a limited amount of space to sleep, so everybody got to make room. That's what it looked like. But these random grown men. So I'm like, damn. All right. Look to my left. There's the bathroom. It's its own separate room, but the walls are made of glass, so everybody in the cell can see inside of it. It's a toilet. Well, it's a squat toilet, so pretty much a hole in the ground that you squat over. You got a sink. The shower ain't nothing but a water hose with a shower head tied to it. Black mold coats the walls. You got gnats and shit flying all around. So it's not the most sanitary place. Let me put it that way. There's a TV in the cell right above the cell door. As soon as you walk in, mounted high above the door. It's a window in the back of the cell, but of course it's gated. But we can open it just to get a breeze in, but it's still gated. It's a clock on the wall, high up on the left side. The bed's right there, and that's pretty much the cell. Yeah, you got a camera in the corner of the room capturing the whole room. That's the cell right there. So I approached the slumber party, trying to find a spot to lie down, and one of the inmates that was just up watching, he wake up 2 inmates to make room for me, and they do. And they had me place my bowl. They gave me one plastic bowl and one plastic spoon. I placed my bowl and my spoon in the cubby up underneath the bed, and I just lie down on my back in the space they made for me, staring up at the bright light on the ceiling. And that's when reality kicked in fully, because I'm completely sober now. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually in the cell. Like, all right, this shit for real, bro. Like, what? Nobody know you here. You don't know how long you gonna be here. Nothing. Boy, hey. Hey, boy, it ain't looking too good, but hey, shit, I ain't got nobody. I can't blame nobody but me. You know what I'm saying? I have to hold myself accountable. I'm the only person to blame for me being in this situation right now. So with that being said, it is what it is. I'll take it to the chin. Sitting here dwelling on the negative ain't gonna goddamn resolve anything. What the fuck needs to happen so I can get up out of here? That's not okay. What needs to take place for these steps for me getting up out of here? That process speeds up. All right. Well, damn. First thing first, folks got to realize you in here. All right. So how will people realize you in? Okay, you didn't show up to the event you was gonna meet friends at today. You know what I'm saying? So was that a red flag? No. I'm sure they called you ain't answered. It's still not a red flag, but weird. Now, when I don't show up for work Saturday morning for my 8 o'clock class, all hell breaking loose. The weekends are our busiest days. So for the very first class, I'm nowhere. I'm no call, no show. They gotta find somebody, and they might be that. It might be a teacher's like they only break other day. You know what I'm saying? They gotta go cover. You know what I'm saying? They gotta find somebody just to cover the class for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they gotta do all that screaming, find somebody to cover the class, and then all right, they find somebody to cover the class. Where is Chance at? Where the hell is he? Now I know they're gonna be calling my phone, and I'm not answering. I'm like, okay, that's going to be the red flag right there. Because one of the people I was gonna meet at the event, me and her work at the same goddamn school. So I did show up to the event. I'm sure she called me. I ain't answer. I ain't show up for work Saturday. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. And then I ain't show up to work Sunday. Something is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, that's one. 2, I had a girlfriend at the time that still lived in America. When I don't respond to 2 of her messages, all hell's breaking loose too. So it's just like, I know I'm going to have to at least sit through the weekend before I become missing on people's radar. Just something is just wrong. People start to feel something's wrong. They can probably already feel it now. They just don't know what. It isn't, you know what I'm saying? I just know I'm going to have to sit through this weekend when people realize I ain't responding. No, I'm MIA. Okay, for sure. And it's like, shit, well, I got good. It's a Friday now. Yep, I got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before, you know what I'm saying, for the weekend over with. So I got a good 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So I'm normally going to sit tight. So shit, I was locked up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 15 people to one cell, 9 wooden beds. And all I had was that one plastic bowl and that one plastic spoon. I ain't had no goddamn toothbrush, no toilet paper, nothing. Nathan. That one plastic bowl, that one plastic spoon, 14 days straight. That's all I had in that cell. Nothing else. with a bunch of motherfuckers. For the first 3 days, I was the only foreigner, only English speaker in the cell. So I'm in this motherfucker with 14 other Chinese men I can't talk to. You know what I'm saying? So it's really the first three chapters is just a lot of self-reflection and everything. Exactly. I just gave y'all another gem. Everything I just sat here and told y'all, bro, that's like the first. That's chapter one, essentially. That's just chapter one. That's just chapter one, essentially in a nutshell. So it's like, oh shit, come on. First 3 days, only English speaker, only foreigner in the cell. Fourth day, they moved me to a new cell, and that's where I'm amongst other foreigners, two other foreigners, and I can start connecting dots as far as just how the process works. Now, how long am I supposed to be here? You don't know that the entire time you're reading that goddamn book. You waking up, hoping you hear some information, going to bed disappointed. Until one day they just finally call your name. And you just don't happen to do 14 days. You just don't happen to do 14 days. You know what I'm saying? You don't know though. You don't know that. You just, hey, every day you don't know, man. But yeah, that's essentially what, you know what I'm saying, how I ended up in that situation and pretty much that process of what, you know what I'm saying, it's just how the incarceration process works. So once my time, you know what I'm saying, once I served my time, however long that was, well, it was supposed to be. And you know what I'm saying, I would get released. They took me straight to my apartment to pack up the rest of my stuff and then straight to the airport where I was deported from the country all within about 4 hours of being released. So it was a quick process. They released me and got me on up out of there for sure. But yeah, and that was it. I got a full experience of China in 6 months. And you know what I'm saying? It don't take much now. It don't take much. It don't take long at all. Mm-mm.
I'm trying
Yeah,
not
you
to
just
laugh.
like it sounded like and trust me, like when you're reading it, it's scary, it's suspenseful, mysterious, humorous as well. Just because of my personality, like I'm telling the story, so it's like you know what I'm saying. It's times when I'm cracking jokes. I'm
Time.
dead ass cracking jokes. Like it's not a laughing situation, but I'm
No, it's not.
I'm gonna
It's
say
not.
serious though. You know what I'm saying?
I don't laugh as much.
Players don't take shit serious. We'll laugh at any situation. So I'm just, hey man, you gotta laugh to keep from crying. You gotta laugh to keep from crying. So it's like, yeah, you gotta do something, boy. On me.
So
I'm
trying not to
telling
laugh. It's
you,
hard.
it's funny though. It's
Um,
funny now. It's funny.
it is. First off, thank you for not still being in China. um,
Well,
that's
I ain't
really
had much of a
crazy.
choice. Yeah.
Right,
If it was up to
right.
me, I hope it's
Um,
not. If it was up to me, I would have stayed. If it was up to me, I would have stayed.
really,
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I would have done it completely right.
after
Finished them last 6 months the right
after
way. I would
you
have
would have
I would have finished
continued
them
to go
last 6 months the right way. The way I said I was going to
right
do
way.
it. Because when I first went to China,
Wow.
I promised to myself, I'm like, but which I didn't even make no promise. I really I was like, shit, I ain't gonna smoke. I'm like, I'm gonna be over here for a year. I'm in a strict country. I'm not even thinking I'm gonna be able to find weed. So I'm like, shit, this gonna be my last time. So my connecting flight from Atlanta to Seattle, then Seattle to China. I had a 4 hour layover in Seattle. I stopped by a dispensary on that layover and got high in my mind. But I was like, okay, this is gonna be one of my last times getting geeked up, you know what I'm saying, for a whole year. Cause I'm like, I ain't even gonna be able to find it. I was wrong. I was wrong. It wasn't even like I was out there looking for it, shout. That boy, hey, so I was like, shit. But I slick made a promise to myself that I wouldn't smoke for a whole year just cause, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking I wouldn't be able to find it. So once I realized, okay, this is accessible, oh, it's a wrap then. Yeah, but it's like shit. I went back on my word. Boom. So it's like, yeah, if it was up to me, I would have stayed for sure. Sure.
Wow.
For sure. Sure.
So obviously, people started to pick up on the fact that, man, something's wrong. He ain't getting high for days and not telling nobody or something. So how do they respond when they if they heard from you? I mean, did you reach out to them because they
World.
had to
Yeah.
come back
Yeah.
home?
I ain't made contact with anybody until day 7, chapter 7. So I'd have been in this motherfucker a
Hey,
full week before I done finally made contact with anybody. Um.
oh
So they, you know what I'm
man,
saying, they allow us to get our phones to make contact with people back home to see who can buy us a plane ticket. So I mean, I'm taking the time to just respond to every note. I'm knowing my phone going crazy. I'm talking about soon I turn my shit on. I'm talking about my thing. I'm like, damn, I had to set it down for like just going crazy, flooded with messages. So just taking the time to just respond to everybody that, you know what I'm saying, did reach out, give them the 411 what's going on. All my smoke partners in China, let them, hey, y'all lay y'all ass low, put that shit down, but dead it, like really dead it, like it ain't even worth it, bro. Dead it, dead it. This ain't it, bro. I'm telling you. So yeah, I ain't make contact with to, you know what I'm saying, day 7, but people was just relieved to hear from me. Um, they had no clue what the hell happened. Had no clue what we had. I came in with like a recruiting class, so it's like 28 of us. One of the motherfuckers in my recruiting class died out there in China due to health complications. Like out, you know what I'm saying, he was out there for like 6-7. We was already out there for like 6-7 months. He started having health issues, and they hospitals different out there. They don't wear gloves, so you know what I'm saying. That just lets you know what type of time they on. It's just different. So, and then of course we being American, and he was a bigger, heavyset dude, and you could tell he probably did have some other health complications in addition to whatever. But you know what I'm saying? That was it though. That shit was crazy to me. And this was after I had got back to I was back in America when this happened, and this was like I'm talking about 2 months before COVID got down. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, damn. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. I might have got out of there just in time. You know, it's like, I ain't, hey, man, everything happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I know my reason why I ended up in that situation, but all in all, 1.4 grand, bro. Come on, bro. I ain't out here selling this shit, trapping this shit. I ain't out here raping for that. I was wanting some weed. Nigga, I go to work, come home, me and my roommate would smoke, eat, watch a movie, and that's it. And then we just repeat the, you know what I'm saying? That's all. We ain't hurt nobody. We ain't doing nothing. Oh, we get geeked up and go explore Beijing. We not doing nothing crazy. It's nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why the punishment wasn't too severe just because we wasn't doing no hot ass shit. We wasn't doing nothing no crazy ass nut ass shit. We wasn't doing smoking weed. That's it. Now, just the place that we're in is looked at, weed is looked at as meth, heroin, goddamn crack. It's all in the same category. You might as well be, you basically, you a meth head, you a crack head, like you a dope, yeah, you a jug, you a fiend, like that's all, they equate that all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, wow. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of,
Healthcare may be better, but drugs are probably taking a lot
man,
more
and cannabis is using
severely.
so much product now. I guarantee they got products out there that's hemp based. I guarantee it. I put money on it. I put money on it. I guarantee I wouldn't even be surprised. They had some hemp, but it ain't CBD. It's something. I guarantee it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother topic right there. But yeah, man, that's the gist stuff right there. 14 days in Beijing. That's the gist stuff right there.
Well, first off, I can't stop laughing. I'm trying not
Hey,
to laugh,
trust
but
me, it's behind me now. I'll
but
be laughing at my damn self. You see, I be cracking jokes.
actually this was in 2018,
This was 2019.
2 months. Oh, 2019 at this point, 2019, 2 months before
Well,
COVID.
this happened in April 2019. So I think COVID popped out there around like I want to say June, July.
June, July. Oh, oh,
Started over
oh,
there
okay,
first.
okay.
It started over there first
Right,
before it came
right,
over here. It was months.
yeah.
When I when I released my book 14 Days in Beijing on April the same day, April 4th, 2020, the next year, on the anniversary day that everything popped off, that's when US shut down. Dead ass. We was on quarantine. We was on lockdown then. I'm like, damn. I just dropped this. It was perfect though. You know what I'm saying? We just went on lockdown, and I'm finna drop this book. That's why I went. I was ranked number one bestseller in 3 different genres. I went crazy.
Or just when things are shutting down in Florida, at least from my recollection. But man, that's. just
Man,
wow.
crazy story. Tell you. Oh, hey man, travel. Travel. Now definitely do your research. You know what I'm saying, before you go wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? If you know any natives of that land, that's a plus, because now you with somebody that knows the vibrations, they know the ones and twos, how to work they one in a setting, versus you just being a complete foreigner out here. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what the hell going on. You feel me? So, yeah, you know people in different countries, man. Pull up on. That's going one. You got a tour guide. You know what I'm saying? You might have a place to stay, so that you might be able to stay longer. So it's like, yeah, man, you know somebody that, man, that's the best bet right there. No cap.
Well, usually this would be the part where I share an example, but I got no example comparison or
Yeah.
connection or relation to your story. I mean,
I mean,
2020 wasn't easy for anyone. Um, I mean, before everything got crazy and shut down, at least in November of 2019 for
yeah,
me, I could have died. And it was not anything pertaining to COVID at that point. It was just symptoms of diabetes, which I didn't know it was diabetic related, or I had an appetite of a 5-year-old and all that stuff. So I didn't really know what the heck was
no
going
word.
on. And then obviously 2020 decided to hit, and then I got
Mhm.
diagnosed. So, and then March in Florida, everything got shut down. So 2020 was not a good year for anyone.
Shit, yeah,
But
hey, you got to.
I couldn't hate it as much as everybody else, because there was a chance, similar to your friend, that I may have not been able to witness 2020.
Mm,
That was a likely
word, word.
scenario, but luckily we are
No,
here,
facts, facts.
2022, having this conversation and me laughing, but also sharing some relevance and just being honest, and just, I think from, and I'm just speaking from my own, from what you just shared, aside from me laughing a lot, it's just the whole
That's it.
accountability
Hey,
itself, even though
hey, I play football, shouter. Division 1 football. Accountability is beat into your head. It's beat into your head.
yes,
I ain't do this shit, boy. Boy, I can't be mad. That's why I'm like, ain't no point of being upset. It is what it is. It is what it is. Being upset and dwelling and basking in the negative energy ain't gonna make this experience any better. It's negative regardless. What positive things need to happen? I'm just a positive. That's how my mind works. Like, what positive thing? What needs to happen for this shit to change? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for solutions
right,
versus just sitting here dwelling on goddamn the problems. Like, fuck, damn, bro. Like, damn, bro. Shouldn't been, damn, bro. Shouldn't been smoking, bro. Like, damn, bro. Fuck. Nah, bro. Fuck. Never let no hard time humble us. And quote the Nipsey Hussle.
absolutely.
And quote the Nipsey Hussle. Never let no hard time humble us. Hell no. Hell no.
Amen to that. So this is on to my favorite part. It's the fun part, it's the easy part. This is where I actually start laughing, not before. But this is the icebreaker segment of my lovely show here. I'll start with the question, but the question may come easy to you because you kind of already know this question already.
World.
And that is, if you had to come up with a title for what
Mhm.
your life is at this precise moment,
Ooh.
considering everything you just shared with myself and my audience, what would it be?
Lucky's Journey.
Wow.
Lucky's Journey. So with 14 days and my other books, so when you read 14 days, the character name is Lucky Chance. Now it's about my story, but while I was out there, I actually went. I'm like, damn, I don't want to use my actual government name. So what's a nickname I can goddamn? Especially I don't want to use no nickname that's associated to me back home. I'm like, I need something completely new. You know what I'm saying? I get to start over fresh. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I need a whole new identity essentially. Um, so I was just sitting there brainstorming, like, what can I call myself? What can I call myself? And Lucky just kept coming to my mind. And the only reason why it kept coming to my mind because I heard my younger brother. It was one random day back in the day. He was on the phone with some shorties, and They was laughing. You know what I'm saying? The shorties laughing, giggling. They was calling Lucky, Lucky. They call him Lucky. I'm like, Lucky. I'm like, but we have never called this man that. We have never called this man that. Well, so I'm like, okay. But I already know. I'm like, okay, that's just a BS name he done gave them to, you know what I'm saying, work his one. So I'm like, okay, for sure. So that's the only thing that just kept coming up to mind. So I was like, I just went with Lucky. So when I wrote the book, I referred to myself at like, it's Lucky. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even like that.
Right.
That's still me. Yeah, it once was. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got the hair no more. Like that's a whole different. That's a whole another phase of me. You know what I'm saying? So, that's Lucky. You feel me? So it's like in any of the books, You Love, You Learn, Real Love Never Dies, 14 Days. My character is Lucky. You know what I'm saying? And the series
Absolutely.
is Living Lucky. The title of the series is Living Lucky. You know what I'm saying? Because, okay, my name is Lucky, but I have the worst luck in the goddamn world. But hey, we living lucky. You feel me? We living lucky. So it's like, yeah, Lucky's journey. That's what I call it. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Well, at
So
least a,
my title is
a lucky journey.
right. um amazing title and ironic considering what you just shared. So my title, I consider like my mantra, and it really kickstarted in 2020 for me personally, and that is being a warrior for change. Um, Aside from the diabetic aspect of my life, in a global pandemic when there was no vaccine at that point. Yay. I gotta love that. So that was the only bump or unlucky
Mm,
factor of my life, if you will. Although I see my diagnosis as a blessing because I could have died, obviously.
yeah.
But for the first years of my life, I couldn't hear him talk. So that was its onset of challenges as a result of my deficiencies and learning at a slower rate and just being different basically.
Mm,
So put into put into the mix of everything, um being a warrior really symbolizes and who I am and how far I've come, and in a way this podcast is my own personal healing but also beneficial to those who may feel lost or unlucky
no
in
world.
similar situations such as you, just to be that support system that they're never alone.
No world. I love that too. I love that, especially Warrior, because it reminds me of one of my good friends. I played football with, grew up with, played football with, and we're still good friends to this day. His name is Guyon, and Guyon means warrior.
Oh
You know what I'm
wow,
saying? So
that's almost similar to
that's his whole
me.
thing. It's like, cause this nigga like 5'6", 5'7". He a little nigga. You know what I'm saying? Probably about 5'8". He a little nigga, but you know what I'm saying? Got the heart of a lion though. A straight warrior. You know what I'm saying? This, like I said, he was 5'7", 5'8", and he led Cobb County in tackles at middle linebacker. How you 5'7", 5'8", a buck 20 playing middle linebacker, and you lead the county in tackles, but you're a dog. You're a dog. Straight warrior. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. I love that for shit show. I love that. You know what I'm saying? It's warrior, man. It's the warrior, man. It's the warrior in me.
Awesome work.
Shout out my boy Guyon, man.
So before I get into the icebreaker game, I gotta ask this because this was playing in my head. I don't know why, probably because you mentioned the cops. I don't know.
World.
Um, so and I know movies and real life has nothing to go with each other, but have you ever seen the movie Rush
Yeah,
Hour?
yeah, that's a classic.
Rush Hour
That's a classic. Yeah, that's a classic.
is absolutely classic. Was the cops like worse, or did it make you think of that movie? I mean, you were
Yeah.
high, so I don't know where your head was
So,
at, but um,
I mean, shit. The first officer, like I said, I don't know what the fuck this nigga saying to me. I don't know what he's saying. Literally, he's just speaking, and it's just word. It's just sounds that I'm hearing. I'm like, but I don't know what this man talking about. And language is so, man. Language is so powerful. It isn't until you are submerged in a place where English isn't dominant. Oh my goodness, woo, boy! You feel like now you feel like any foreigner here in America that whose English isn't that good, and they feel insecure about it. You know they're insecure about it. Like, yes, it's like, man, I can't even talk to you fully. You know what I'm saying? The way you know, it's gonna be ugly. But they put a lot more pressure on themselves versus us. It's like shit, nigga, it is what it is. You know, I don't know what I'm talking about, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Shit, work with me. You feel me? But nah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, like that. What I don't know what this man is saying. It might just showed up at my door and he talking. I don't know what he talking about, but his energy, I can feel his energy. It ain't nothing positive coming. I don't feel no positive vibrations from his energy. So I'm like, I don't know.
I'm sure you were like in a different state, or maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you could have thought this or whatever. You could have been like Chris Tucker saying, "Do you understand the words that are coming
Making jokes out of it.
I'm sorry.
Hey, that should have been hilarious. That would have been hilarious.
It is a crazy situation, and I'm very glad that you survived it. Aside from all the laughter, which I don't think I've laughed this much on
Hey,
my
it's
own
crazy.
show, but I'm very honored for you to be able to live to share this
Appreciate
story,
it. Appreciate
honestly.
it. Appreciate it, man. It's all a part of the journey. All a part of the journey.
Absolutely. Just like this next part. So, um, this next part is my favorite. It's something guests don't expect. It sort of gives you a little mind block at
World.
times, I guess. So, this part of the show is called Song Association. You don't have to be an avid
Ah,
singer. You can be a shower singer,
like
karaoke
time.
singer, any type of singer, yodeler. Although someone did try to yodel the words in one of the past episodes of the show, which I don't understand how
Where
you could yodel
where were they
any of these
from?
words.
Where were they from? That's what I'm curious. Where was
Um, I think they were just giving it a shot. I think they were just American, similar to you and me. But to my listeners, if you do want to try to yodel these words,
it?
go for it. But here's how it works. I give you a word and you can sing it, rap it, yodel
Okay.
it, whatever
Hey,
equivalent of
uh,
song
hey.
capability you have. However, and people have a tendency to try to change up this game, but not so much.
uh,
It has to be an actual song. You can't make up the word or replace words with an actual song. It has to be an actual song.
so,
It can either be in the
mhm.
title, yeah. It can either be in the title or in the
so,
lyrics. So if it's in the lyrics,
so
you got
if
a loophole.
underground song that
Um,
most people wouldn't even, you probably wouldn't even know who this person was, but it's still an actual legit song that counts, right? It's an underground. It's an
yes,
underground artist
yes,
now.
yes.
It ain't mainstream. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no Justin Bieber motherfucker. They ain't on that type of time. But
I'll let it count. I'll let it
just
count.
I don't
I don't really
mainstream.
do change up my
Yeah, I don't really
game,
listen to a lot of mainstream music. I
but
listen to a lot of underground music. So that's why I'm like, shit. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know plenty. Hey, I was,
well, I've been exposed to a lot of music as well, so there's nothing always because I'm just gonna spit some history on you here. My father was a radio
oh wow,
personality here in
okay,
Florida, so he exposed me
yeah,
to all types of music: Prince, Michael
yeah.
Jackson. He even met Janet Jackson and everything. So all those
Oh,
cool
that's lit.
people. Of course, all that coolness ended by the time I was born for some reason. But yes, music is a wonderful outlet and medium, and that's why I love this
Well,
game. However, and this is where it gets fun for me. You don't have the luxury of time here. You have
that's
15
lit.
seconds from the yep,
That's lit.
15
That's lit.
seconds.
That's lit. That's plenty of time. That's
Yeah.
plenty of time. Honestly,
You- this should be interesting because you say that's
this ain't
plenty of
serious.
time, but you'd be
Hey,
surprised. You'll be
I'm,
surprised how quickly the mind shuts off
I'm
for
for
my
real though.
guest when
No,
it
but
comes
I'm curious though.
to
I'm honestly curious. Have you watched it? Are you familiar with the Terrell show? Yeah,
Terrell show.
it's
I
YouTube.
feel like it's
It's a
familiar to me, but
YouTuber.
Terrell show.
He has his own similar podcast show. But he mainly interviews guests or people that sing in some form of fashion. Like either you're a famous artist or you're a vocalist or a coach or you do something in regards.
have to look him up. He sounds
And
familiar.
he has the same game. Like just because like I'm interviewing people that sing, so like okay, yeah, I'm give you a word, you better guess it. And he get them folks 10. I was like, you getting 15? I said, oh shit.
Well, this is
Yeah.
how I came across this lovely game because before it was just an icebreaker question, which was and it was a different icebreaker question. It was like, if you could have a superpower,
Type
what
shit.
could
Yeah.
it be? And people would get really psychological and personal with it, which is probably with it. So, but this game, it was like on a they would what's the magazine? It's either Vogue or
Uh-huh.
Cosmopolitan or something, and they would do song association, and they would do like 10
Yeah.
seconds or 5 seconds. They would even
Yeah,
do 15.
15. I'm like, but that's
So
huh.
with art people, so 15 seconds is a
Yes.
generous
You
amount
fucking
of
with
time.
us. She fucking with us.
So and who knows? Because some people like it so much they want another word or a fourth word, and they have to come up with a
Oh
fourth
shit.
one. So we shall see how
Like,
this
my
goes.
first question is this list you already done came up with this, or you finna guess? You just finna just randomly spit out words.
I already have a list of
Right?
words already.
Bet.
it's, just three, it's three really simple words, yet it could trick your mind if you can't think of anything.
Oh
So the
yeah, go
first,
ahead.
are you
Yeah, go
ready?
ahead.
You need some water?
No, no, go ahead.
You need
Go
to,
ahead.
all right. Okay, so the first word is heart.
Heart. Heart anniversary. It's by Giveon. I can't remember the lyrics, but Heart Anniversary. Heart Anniversary. Had it home. Home.
Look at
Yeah, cause I'm like, damn, I know the song. That shit, Heart Anniversary. But like, I'm trying to think about how it start. I know exactly what I'm thinking of. I'm trying to figure out how it start though. I ain't trying to Heart Anniversary.
well, you did good.
Yeah, like, literally, like my favorite thing to do is smoke and listen to music. I don't really like watching TV like that and shit. Like I like smoking and listening to music. That's my favorite fucking thing to do. No cap. No cap. Balloons are deflated. Guess they look lifeless like me. We miss you on your side of the bed. Hmm. Still got your things here. They stare at me like souvenirs. Don't wanna let you out my head. Just like the day that I met you, the day I thought forever. Said that you love me, but that'll last forever. It's cold outside, like when you walked out my life. Why you walk out my life? I get like this every time. On these days, I feel like you and me. Heartbreak anniversary. Cause I remember every time. On these days, I feel like you and me. Heartbreak anniversary. Do you ever think of me? That
I know it. Why do we sing?
my shit.
How do I
That
know
shit right
it?
there, like that's that shit right there. How about hey, that's that shit right there. That's that shit.
Man, you might. I'm nervous about these next two. You already know the
Hey
first one.
man.
So, man, maybe I should change the second word. Just for fun. But I won't. So, the
She fucked up on that. She fucked up on that. Was like, damn, I was not expecting that. Like, it was crazy. I'm like, man, you. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. She asking me to do that of
so
all people. I'm like, damn, wow,
it's a
right?
fun game, and you're doing
Shit, you
so
not like I
well.
watched the Toronto. I
Um,
be seeing this shit. I'm like, damn, I want to compete or some shit like that. And the fact that we doing, I thought, oh, yeah, it's lit. Let's do it. Let's do it.
so the second word, man, I should change it, but oh well. The second word is words.
Words.
Word. Mhm. You can do this. It's not a lot of
Words.
songs.
Words.
Oh,
Words.
you know, you ran out of
Damn.
time.
I'm like words. Yeah. I don't even.
You can
It say a picture, thousand
well,
words. Damn. Came to me late. Say a picture worth a thousand words. It's by Corday. Thousand words. Yeah, campuses.
I, I mean, the timer
Bro,
ran up, so I can't give
I
you a
got
lot
that.
of time.
It's late, but
I, I'll look, I'll look it up. See, the time can play
I'm just like
tricks.
words.
So the
It was the
la-
plural version though. That's what fucked me. I'm like words, words.
it could be plural or it could be the actual word. That I mean, you could went either way.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on.
So the
Oh, you
last
only have seven?
word, I feel like you can.
Oh, I think you got like 10 of these motherfuckers.
I'll do a fourth one if you like. I'll do a fourth one just for you. Um. So the third word is believe.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings, then fly away. I believe I can soar. See me walking through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. R. Kelly. I don't know if that was
Awesome.
a to sing or not, but we're gonna move on.
It's fine. It's fine. Awesome song. Fourth word. Of course, you would be one of those guests
Mm-hmm.
that need a fourth
Really, shit. I need about 10. I would like he throw a couple words at there and like I need what? I'm ready for. I've been waiting on the day like this.
word.
No cap. Let's get
Hmm.
it.
I'm trying to think. Mm, uh, what's on? Mm, okay. All right. Okay. This is just only because I can't go
No
any
need.
words. Um, so the fourth and final word is love.
You talk all your shit while you with him. But girl, I know that you ain't happy with him. Cause baby, real love never
You
dies.
didn't get to the word.
You can act all you want, deserve an award. But soon you gon' learn that girl, love ain't no choice. But baby, real love never dies. Oh, you know the heart keeps on beating, beating, beating. And man, it's BJ the Chicago kid right there, boy. Oh, babe, real love never dies.
Everyone else is good, so I'm enjoying this. I should do a fifth one
Yeah,
because
come
you
on,
didn't get it before the
come on,
timer went.
come on. Take your time. That shit, man. Take your
Yeah,
time.
fifth word.
Pull out your phone if you need to.
I've never done
Pull
five
out your
words
phone if you
before.
need to.
Five.
Pull out your phone if you need to. Look up some
Mm,
goddamn songs if you need to.
five. Fifth word. Where's
Pull out
my
your phone.
music
That'll help.
library?
Pull that phone.
Songs.
I'm telling you, man.
I have a lot
Do
of
this shit.
songs on.
I don't make music at all, but I do this music shit for shit show. I do this. I don't make music, but I do this music shit. No cap. Yeah, lucky I do music.
Okay, okay, I can do this one. Okay, so I've never done a fifth word
Mm-hmm.
before. um, all right, so the fifth word, the fifth and final word, because or else we won't be here all day. So the fifth and final word is drunk.
Mm. Love, love, Drunken Love by Beyonce. That's the only part of that song I know. But you also got Maria Drunk by Travis Scott. Thugger, thugger, thugger. Call your friends, let's get drunk. Call your friends, get drunk. Call your friends and let's get drunk.
I
Call your
see
friends and
that.
let's get drunk. Call your friends, let's get drunk. Hey, call your friends, get drunk. Call your friends, get drunk. Call your friends, get drunk. Hey, 12 hours left for us in a day. I've been smoking all day. I've been all day. You know what? How I stay. Been through some
Well, we can keep doing
shit.
music all day long because
I
I'm
do
sure
this
we could, but
shit.
at some point we
I
gotta
do
end this
this shit,
episode.
man.
So,
I do this
um,
shit. Let's do it.
wrap this up on a high note. Choice of words. Anyhow, if you could share with my audience, first off, thank you for so much laughter
For sure. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of pain away.
and hearing your story. Truly. Um, do you have any tidbits to share with my audience? Where they can
Yeah,
find your book? Is
yeah.
your book a
Um,
movie on the moon? Give us the inside
as
scoop as far as
far
how
as
they
where
can
to
get in touch
find
with
me,
you.
just Google Chancellor K Jackson. You Google my name, you'll find everything you need to know. As far as from social media platforms to my website to all my books, you can find old football shit. You're gonna find everything. Just Google my name or Google 14 days in Beijing. That'll definitely bring you to the Amazon link and just navigate through my author page, and you'll be able to find the rest of my books. I also have a website, chancellorkjackson.com. I'm on every social media platform except TikTok. TikTok too. That's too new nigga for me, so you ain't gonna find me on that just yet. But everything else, I'm on that shit for shit show. And just words of just some wisdom and just, you know what I'm saying, a quote I can, you know what I'm saying, I just want to leave y'all with is long winded, running through this life like it was mine. Never settling but setting every goal high. 1,000 burpees on the path to my own success or self destruction. But what's a mistake without the lesson? You see, the best teacher in life is your own experience. None of us know who we are until we fail. They say every person is defined by their reaction to any given situation. Well, who would you want to define you? Someone else or yourself? Whatever you choose to do, homie, give your heart to it. Stay strong. And quote Nipsey Hussle the Great, R.I.P.
That was awesome. I can't even think of anything to add to that, but I have to, of course. Thank you so much, Chance, for joining me. This was just an amazing, laugh-filled, and inspirational
It
conversation.
was lit.
Truly.
I appreciate you. It was definitely a great way to break the ice again after so long for shit show. Like, yeah, this was a great interview for sure. I enjoyed myself. The game was lit. You,
No
hey, keep
problem.
doing that game. That game lit. No cap. That game is lit.
uh, to all my listeners, laughter filled and all, thank you for tuning into this episode. If you enjoyed it, if it tickled you, if you want to go to China or go on your own adventure, here are the ways to tune into this episode. You can find us on Facebook at the Words Apart Podcast. We're also on YouTube and wherever you listen to your podcast, Apple, Spotify, and Google. We are also on Patreon now, which if you guys need some exclusive content, you can pay for it before this episode airs. If you are tuning in from the moon, and of course I say this because I'm a nerd at heart, if you're listening to it from the moon, let me know. I would love for this to reach intergalactic waves and just reach other parts of the galaxy that have yet to
That's
be discovered. But until then, here's another way to get in contact with me. I am on Twitter at HeartWarrior24 and on Instagram at HeartWarrior25. So stay healthy, stay safe, keep going after your dreams, and
hey, the
until
man.
next time.